Perfect. Welcome, everybody. Good day from Australia. If you're joining us here, it's your lunchtime or just thereafter. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're joining us from, I saw Singapore on there. If you're joining us from somewhere in Asia, it's still sort of brunch time for you, somewhere between breakfast and lunch. And hey, to those of you in the United States, well, thank you. It's your Friday evening there. I'm sure you could be doing a lot of things with your Friday evening, and I'm incredibly grateful that you've decided to spend it with us. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Stevie Aquilina, and it is my great honor to be with you, and I sincerely mean that because you've decided to spend your time here with us, and time I found is more valuable than money, far more valuable than money, because if you paid money to be here, and of course you haven't, we just do this for free. But if you had paid money, I would refund it to you. But your time is not something I can refund to you. And so I'm incredibly grateful that you've decided to spend such value with us. And I don't intend to waste your valuable time. We're going to be speaking about a very, very, very significant health and life science breakthrough. We're going to be speaking about a life-changing breakthrough opportunity. And we're going to be speaking about a life-changing ethos, culture, training that is within this opportunity. And we are going to have a very special man on the call today. I won't give too much away right now because I'll introduce him properly later on, but I'll just put this out with this organization that we're going to introduce you to. He's highly awarded and highly rewarded. Just a small example, just 3 examples: Business Builder of the Year Award, Entrepreneurial Spirit Award, Emerging Leader of the Year Award, and it goes on many, many others. And I just want to say real quick before I introduce him properly later on, he is highly awarded and very significantly rewarded simply because he is having a significant impact in people's lives that is incredibly deep, that is allowing people to live better, longer, and giving a lot of people their lives back too. So stick around. You're definitely going to want to hear from this gentleman. Right. Without further ado, let me share my screen here and we will jump into what the heck it is I'm talking about. So once again, thank you very much for being here. In case you didn't catch my name, it's Stevie Aquilina. And in case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I, we are from Australia. Originally, we were from Sydney. That's my hometown, but now we live on the Gold Coast, and that was a dream come true when we could make that happen. We're minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We live in a very blessed spot. I live a very blessed life. I'm very grateful. I have income, time, and freedom that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family that's taken us to many parts around the world that once upon a time way too far out of my reach. But you know, the truth is the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. Now, I was a very difficult, awkward, weird child to parent in school. I never made the grades. I was a average to below average achiever. I was often told I was stupid and useless on a daily basis. And I figured out when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so later on, I became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And that's the PG version. And with that kind of thinking, I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. Now, I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. And for over a decade, I was a very dumb, but very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. Now, I'm kidding about the good looking part, not about the dumb part. I had big dreams. I was a daydream believer, and they were big dreams, but I wanted to do, and have more. But really what it was about for me, I wanted to give more. I wanted to be doing something very significant, but I had little self-esteem. And so I'd done little with my life and I had little to give. Physically, I have always been athletic, mainly in martial arts, even to right now. I'll never give it up. But back then I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory and gut conditions most of my life, lots of bad injuries, pretty very traditional, hardcore martial arts. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. I'm talking embarrassingly broke. So I'm embarrassed to say I've had the phone, electricity and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. I've been evicted for not being able to make the rent, and all this has happened to me several times. I mean, embarrassingly broke, no financial dignity. Now, I always believed in possibilities. but I doubted my potential. So I was left feeling trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, and frustrated, and unable to be free and who I wanted to be. Now, life's not all doom and gloom. So here's a couple of really good things that have happened to me. First, I met the girl of my dreams. And right then and there, I was motivated more than ever before to become more. She believed in me and always told me that I was more. And I guess when you're told something often enough. Now, second, I was also introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, and life-changing ethos, culture, and training. The company leaders are extremely successful people, and they believed in me too and taught me how to believe and become more. And so today, instead of having health and wealth problems, they help me solve them, but now I help others solve them with this life-changing breakthrough. And instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity with this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, I have more with the ability to believe and become more and help others to more, give more. Because this company's training has shown me a life-changing better way. And now it would be great if I could help anyone on this call change their life in at least any one of these significant life-changing ways too. And so what I'm going to share with you first is the life-changing breakthrough, the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Not according to me, but medical experts who say this is a very big breakthrough. How big? Greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. They were medically game changers. Now, for 2 decades, science had declared that this breakthrough that I'm about to share with you was impossible. However, this breakthrough today has proven to have enormous potential. Proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. We're not talking about made up or woo-woo magical studies, real medical science backing it up. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time, and any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down, but more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about, because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking, category creating, and a healthcare breakthrough. The Discover Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. That means they're made within your body. So that means they are native to your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication, and therefore your cell-to-cell operation, and therefore every single system, function, and operation of your body, all the way down to your genetic expressions in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself, regenerate its own tissue. And it does that by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells. And this is where the regeneration comes in, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Bottom line, why is this so important? Because we're all made of cells. Every single part of us, every single one of us, we live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells means a healthy body and a healthy life. Redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. And what I mean by that, they are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling. Critically. Because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you would not live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. And so if our body's already making these redox signaling molecules, why then do we need to give our bodies more? Well, it's true, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up saw the next one, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, both man-made and natural, our cells break down. And our body's ability to make redox molecules breaks down too, declines daily. And without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow. Our cells break down more and more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA Redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA Redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. And we're within a very real and significant space of science, with redox being based in Nobel Prize winning research. Now, since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a signaling molecule, there have now since been multiple signaling molecules discovered. There are 16 in total. And there's been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling, and this slide will already be out of date, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And so according to medical researchers, and as reported in the Huffington Post, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who receive tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. Now, as for ASEA, they're already light years ahead of all of this. ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. And here's just one example of that. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Now, moreover, ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. And that's significant because all degenerative health conditions, concerns are caused by oxidative stress. And ASEA lowers that. So from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. No toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. That means they're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to when it was younger and or healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you do not need to take my word for it, because here are some medical doctors. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
A very advanced breakthrough, and this is where the future lies. So we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out. Now let's show you what's possible from the outside in, and that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of redox technology. They are Renew 28, Redox Gel, and our Intensive Redox Serum. These redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products. They are a gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations are the signs of poor health to the skin being renewed, being rejuvenated, helping young people too, improving the quality of life. Now, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions, coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie, and the dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she did not take those pictures. Rosie actually believed that the products were not working. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor showed Rosie these pictures, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here. Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. Makes sense. But Rosie, for example, missed the moment by moment changes by not taking pictures, and you may miss them too. So take pictures, because that's how you see how it goes. Now, some people notice results in 7 weeks like Rosie, and others in 7 days. And most people can actually have an experience with the Renew 28 gel in around about 7 minutes. I'm not kidding. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health, right? What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all the same. They're the same in you as they are in me, as they are in animals, as they are in plants, as they are in also our ASEA Redox products. Studies show that ASEA Redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, have a careful look at this picture on your screen now. This doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now, it's not just for your face. As you can see here, a lady's arm, back of her hand, a belly. Here are some more bellies. Buttocks, thighs, and all over. Now, these pictures are from a study conducted by a world-leading laboratory. This study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see was there any truth to these stories. And what they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. And so Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, but visibly healthier skin. Renew 28 also helps soothe skin discomfort after things perhaps such as shaving or sun exposure and the like. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. 10, a score of 10 being maximum discomfort, the most hurt you could feel there. Apply Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times within 5 minutes, and usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort or that hurting within approximately just 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through, and ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. I'm going to pause my presentation for a moment. I've got a lot more to give you, a lot more for you to see, some very significant opportunities for you to hear about. But now that we've gone over an explanation and we've shown you just a small piece of the science, we could nowhere near go through even half the science here or a quarter of the science here. There's just way too much. And now that we've shown you some results, I want to punctuate that. I want to put an exclamation mark behind this being the greatest health science breakthrough of our lifetime by introducing you to a man who is my best mate. He's an Aussie. He's living in Hawaii. And he went from a very severe, not just health concerning condition, but life concerning, to then having his life given back to him by this breakthrough. This man is now an international multi-million-dollar success story. He's an ambassador triple diamond with this organization. If that means nothing to you, he was number 3 top ranking associate in the world. He is a $1 Million Earners Club member for this organization. And he has changed, bettered, and given back the lives of many tens of thousands of people. And so for all of the awards and all the accolades and all of the earnings that he makes, he in his own words will tell you that everything that is put into his bank account is just simply a thank you check, a direct reflection of lives that he has been honored to get involved in and help change because of this breakthrough. So this is my best mate, Dan Doyle. You're in very good hands. I'm going to hand him over to you.
Hey, Stevie, how you doing, mate? Thank you. And doesn't time fly when you're having fun? We're at the end of January almost. Actually, I had a bit of a chuckle, Stevie, when I was, nothing to do with your presentation, you're one of the best, but I was looking at those cellulite studies, and I remember the days that we were in Sydney running around doing physical presentations, and me claiming that those photos were actually of you and I back in those studies with the cellulite studies. Good fun. Us Aussies are definitely jokesters, but this is serious what we're going through, guys. Giving you some great information here. Information on the biggest breakthrough in health we'll see in our lifetime. Thanks, Stevie. We'll see you soon. And thank you for staying on the call. We have that incredible doctor's call prior to this one at the same time every week, and then we do this presentation directly after, which you're more than welcome to bring on guests to both of these presentations. 2 hours is a long time back to back. You can pick either or, but they're both great calls on a Friday afternoon, evening here in the States. So yeah, guys, we've got something pretty spectacular here. I would have never thought that my journey would lead me to where I am here today, talking to you guys about a breakthrough health technology and being involved in this type of business model that we are involved in, that's attached and behind this incredible breakthrough. So before I go into my story, which I'm going to, and I know a lot of you guys on this call have heard my story, but I'm going to repeat it again. Probably going to say it a few thousand times this year, but it's really here for people that you're introducing to this call. And for the guests on this call, what I just like to say and reiterate as I do is that we're not here to sell you anything or convince you of anything or to do anything. We're here simply to share information. And I just love the fact that people make informed decisions, and something that drives me absolutely nuts are these people that make a decision on things they don't know anything about. So thank you for taking your time out to be on this call, and thank you to the person who has introduced you to this call. But just sit back and relax. As I said, we don't sell, we tell, and I'm going to tell my story. And it's an incredible journey from no health 6 years ago and being very fit and healthy prior to that to regaining my health and leading me to the path and journey that I went on to where I am tonight. And goes back to Australia. We are based here in Honolulu, Hawaii now. And before I go into my story, I just want to reiterate what Stevie said, that these products aren't intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Somebody here on this call that has invited you has handed you a gift. And I would say it's one of the biggest gifts that you would ever receive. And hopefully, after we give you this information, that you make a decision to hopefully do something with that gift and hopefully use it for yourself and share it with other people. So this is me in Australia when I was 24 years old, and I'm 54 this year, so this is 30 years ago. This was the start of me being a young entrepreneur in the health and fitness industry, personal trainer, multiple businesses in the health and fitness industry, and didn't know back then that I would go on a journey of building and selling traditional businesses, most of them from inception, in the security industry, construction industry, the health and fitness industry, many different industries, the hospitality industry. And I built and sold 20 traditional businesses over 20 years, employing about 3,500 people. Incredible what I achieved, actually, because I dropped out of school and never had anybody to train, teach, or mentor me with anything that I was doing. There wasn't too many mistakes in there, thank goodness, and I had a pretty good run. But throughout the duration of that time, we were flipping properties, and I was using a horrendous weed killer. And leading up to 44, thinking I'm really fit and healthy for a 44-year-old, obviously not a bodybuilder anymore, but still going to the gym every morning, but not realizing here in December 2010 that I was actually very sick. And 6 months later, the doctors gave me some bad news. This is 2011 now. You can see a picture of me here on the right-hand side. Yes, that's me with no hair from the top of my head to my toes. And what happened to me back then, I spent 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, Australia. What I went through back then, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It was a horrendous time. What they did to me, I didn't want to go on anymore. I literally wanted to die, thinking that was going to be a much better situation and solution for myself with what they were putting me through. Yeah, it was, I remember my wife Suzanne saying to me she used to wake up every morning and seeing me with no hair and how ghastly grey I was, and she would, you know, go off and bawl her eyes out with the condition that I was in. So yeah, not a great situation to be in, and until you go through that situation, you just don't understand what people go through. This is a young friend of mine, Johnny Manor, standing next to me, 21 years old in this photo. Johnny had been through all those hospital visits, had a very similar issue and condition that I was going through. He had what they would consider the good one. I had two of the bad ones. Johnny was in remission at this time, but after this photo was taken, his issue came back, went back into hospital, lost a whole heap of weight, obviously lost all his hair from what they were doing to him again. But unfortunately for Johnny, he never came out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of my 2.5 years of hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. And I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. My recommendation and suggestion is not wait till you lose your health to look after yourself, but to take the responsibility of your health into your own hands now. So I did that, and I did some research. My research led to an alkaline diet. Also, I spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water from a lot of network marketing companies from around the world. Now, that was a hard pill for me to swallow, because if you came to me 10 years ago with Amway this way or that way, I would have run the other way. That's just the sort of person I was, not believing in that business model. So taking the products and buying it from those types of businesses, I had to get my head around that. But I did that because I knew they were good products. And as I said, I wanted to live. I wanted to survive. Now, you would think with me on an incredibly strict, clean diet, and you would think with taking all those products, my health would have been heading in the right direction. But I can tell you now that that wasn't the case. And you're going to understand why. There was a missing piece to the puzzle. This is a picture of me 2 years looking after myself. My blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still very, very sick, in a lot of trouble with my health. I look 20 years older than what I did in the previous photo, but this is 2 years looking after myself. Bart Cotter reaches out to me, a friend of mine, and said, I think I found something that can help you. So, long story short, flew from Sydney, Australia to Salt Lake City, Utah. Started on these redox molecules. In the first 3 hours on the product, my body was expelling things so fast from it, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. In the first 12 hours of taking the product, a 20-year caffeine intolerance, a stomach issue had gone away, bloating, and buckled over in discomfort all day. That had gone away because I tested it with a lot of coffee for breakfast. The light bulb went on 48 to 72 hours in on the product. I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital. I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. My lungs were functioning perfect in those first 2 to 3 days on the product. So I went back to Australia and I kept drinking the ASEA, the redox molecules. Long story short again, 12 months later, this is a picture of me the day the doctors told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports that were turning into that crippling issue as we get older had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, and a list of other issues, and my whole body was rebuilt top to bottom in 2015. Let's fast forward another 2 years. This is 3 years on the product. You can see me looking a lot better, younger, happier, totally different world. 3 years on the product, with my whole body rejuvenating every single day over that period of time. Let's go back. 2014, what you're seeing on the outside is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. 1 year on the product, looking a lot better, but still my outside, what you're seeing with my skin, my complexion, was a reflection of what was going on the inside 3 years on the product, my complexion was a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. So incredible results from no health, literally 6 years ago, to where I got to in the first 12 months to where I am today. And my health continues to improve. Haven't had any problems with it. Had plenty of checkups of late, and everything is running absolutely perfect. Now, things evolved along the way. The biggest regret that I have when it comes to ASEA, this product, this business, what we're involved in, is not sharing this with people from day one. I mean, once you understand and get to know the science behind this technology, this breakthrough, it's scientifically impossible for not to work. So why keep it to yourself? There's a lot of people that say to me, oh, I just want to try it, see if it works. Well, it works from the very first time you use it, whether you can feel it or not. Why hold it back from other people that you can be helping and see little miracles happening around you while you're looking at getting your results that you physically feel or see yourself? So it took me 5 months, which, as I said, I totally regret. I started sharing this with people. Now, it was a business model that saved my life. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, living in a van, almost going to the Salvation Army for food stamps, I started sharing this with other people. And because I was helping other people as a byproduct of helping them, ASEA, the company, started sending me thank you checks, which I invested back into product, saturating my body, and helping my body to detect where the problem was, to deal with that. So it was an incredible journey, and as I said, things evolved. I believe that what we have is the most compelling opportunity that we will ever see in our lifetime. And Stevie's going to talk about the opportunity behind the breakthrough now. And I'm going to keep saying this, guys. Right now, I believe this is a perfect storm. There's a lot of people struggling financially, and their health is still the number one priority, especially with what's going on around the world at the moment. So this can potentially take people back to their health or anywhere they want to go financially. I love the fact that I'm meeting and making a lot of friends through what we do. The most satisfying thing that I've done in my life, being able to help people with something so powerful. Knowing what I know now, I would never go back to traditional business or to a traditional job with the opportunity at hand. And if you see this and join the ASEA family, look after your health, take it to another level and help others, I believe that, as I said, you won't find a more compelling opportunity, and this will be the most satisfying thing that you could ever do. With that, I'll hand back to Stevie, and he'll talk about the opportunity behind ASEA. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you so very much. As Dan says, yeah, this is the most compelling opportunity that we've ever seen and are likely to ever see, with medical experts saying this is the greatest health and life science breakthrough that we've ever seen, and likely may ever see for a number of lifetimes to come. But we're all here for the product at the end of the day, because if you're here for the product, just the product, you're here for the product. But if you're here for the opportunity, you're here for the product, because this product is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. And with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. And you're in good hands. Like I said, this company has some incredibly successful people in it with exceptional experience, and that I've been very fortunate, very lucky to work with. And Dan is not just one of those, but he's the first one that took me in, believed in me long before I could, and taught me how to believe and become more. So you're in very good hands. All right, let's tick some boxes here as to why this is such a compelling opportunity. ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for two very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But that doesn't just mean that ASEA is not allowed to be copied. It's also a fact that ASEA cannot be copied, because there's no way for you to look into a bottle and find the secrets in there. There's no way for you to figure out how to reverse engineer ASEA via the bottle, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. It's not in the bottle. The good stuff, the redox molecules, are in the bottle, but they're not made within the bottle. And so it can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats. And that means we have no competition. And that means no one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And that means no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can. Because redox works on everybody. Because everybody needs redox. Because nothing in the body works as well or at all without redox. And redox can't hurt anybody. And no other products can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, or CBD oil, or whatever it might be, they're not redox signaling molecules. They don't have them. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are not just multi-trillion-dollar industries. But again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from, and nothing will work without redox. And then nothing can work as deep as redox. And so ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. ASEA's mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We recognize that we can't do that on our own. And so we, as often as we can, try to recognize good people that we can work with to help spread the word. And ASEA gives you money just for sharing redox with others. For people looking for either an extra or part-time or full-time or big time or legacy leaving income for loved ones. For people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, there are levels of commissions, money, to meet whatever levels of ambitions, to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. And ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. Residual income, you receive a residual income from ASEA, not just from the first, but from every single ongoing repeated purchase made by every single person that you refer to ASEA. And because you can tell and refer as many people as you like, the income potential is unlimited. On top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income, as you receive an income from every single ongoing repeated purchase made by every single person that your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far, wide, and deep these referrals can go. We do this all the time naturally. Like when we recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty products, health products, and it goes on, whatever. People tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the oldest, the most trusted, and still today the #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide, and ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Now, residual income, it can be very impressive, but more so, it can be very important. So I've figured this out one day when I saw this. You have residual bills. Why not residual income? Made sense. And it's serious. It made serious sense. So do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65. Now, they're not working because they want to, these 7 people. They're working because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. No retirement in sight for them. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. Didn't sound like a good retirement plan to me. And so I had to think, what's going wrong? What's one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% didn't? And there's lots of reasons, but here's one from a financial standpoint. Find a way to make money that is no longer dependent on your job. You're paid by the hour, selling your precious time for money. Your labor-intensive or own activity job, JOB, just over broke is what it used to stand for me. It's active income is what it's called. And in all seriousness, sooner or later, and I pray for you, it's not sooner, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. You just won't be able to be. And therefore you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. You just won't be able to have it. And this may even be more concerning if you're thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. And for many of us, our active income took a slash or even a strike out totally in the last 12 months, unexpectedly, completely out of our control. This is a big problem. It's always been a big problem. 81% of people get trapped in this problem. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. If you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. It didn't sound attractive to me. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. It's where I had to start. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You're blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing. Because only relying on a single source of active income is just not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, freedom, security, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life for themselves and loved ones, ASEA is a significant opportunity to have a significant impact in people's lives and to be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. It's what you get to do with ASEA. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, I'm not steering away from a fact here that you can make really great money here. That is for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world and have a really great time. Meet great people, make great friends, have a great experience and a great lifestyle. But you know what? Really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others that is one of the most valuable currencies there is. That is the heart of ASEA. And was demonstrated because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money to ASEA for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son, Tyler Norton, they had the great foresight to see grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to then these people experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they could not in good conscience sell out, Virtus and Tyler, and so that's why they didn't. They said no to the payout, no to Big Pharma, and yes to the people, yes to the purpose of this technology. You see, if Virtus and Tyler would have once started out as just a very big business play, had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally and making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. One of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make. That is to always put people and principles before ego and economics, people before profits. The ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous, household name companies. However, their corporate soul, it revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, to be a force for good in the world. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most here. If you have any questions, they can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies. But most importantly, there are hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger, longer, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. Fine, great, welcome aboard. Or if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this redox reality and you can become more. When you pass this information on for many, many others, you will better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways. And so by now, I hope you're able to see how brilliant this breakthrough is. By now, I hope you may tell this is a profound product. By now, I hope you've got a handle of how outstanding this opportunity is. By now, hopefully, you heard how excellent the ASEA ethos is. By now, I hope you have a feel for how meaningful this mission is to better people's lives, to be a force for good in the world. So my name is Stevie Aquilina. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And Dan, thank you ever so much for being here and spending this time with us and continuing to lead the charge and show us how we can grow and become more and have a deeper impact on people's lives.
Thank you, Stevie. Thank you for your support, doing a lot of these presentations with us. Really enjoy working with you. Thank you, everybody, for coming, remaining, and staying on this call. Really appreciate your support. We are doing another presentation exactly the same as the one we've just done at, well, Stevie's getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning for a 6 a.m. Queensland time. So it's bright and early in Australia, but it's 12 p.m. Pacific time here in the States, and that's tomorrow. So guys, get a few guests onto that call. Join us again. Support us as we're doing as much as possible to support you and get the incredible word and gift of ASEA to the world. Thank you. Thank you, Stevie. Thanks, everybody, again. We'll have a great night, day, evening, and weekend.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone.